Thai architecture influenced from many culture and own culture. Jedi and stupa are different meaning, but Thais are mixed these things together because the purpose of stupa are vary. Thai ancient empire are linkage of stupa structure from neighbor countries and applied in further Thai periods. The Theravada Empire is a significant period that Buddhist architecture are influenced from India, and since 1237 AD, Sukhothai period, Thai architecture mostly influenced from Khmer and Khom. A gigantic building is commonly seen in stupa and hall is located in the center of the rectangular plan. Ayutthaya architecture significantly illustrates the wealthy, power, and enormous. Gold is an iconic material in this period. Open space are used in Ayutthaya architecture. At the end of the Ayutthaya period, architecture is a significantly peak and powerful, then get stopped by Myanmar Empire. Lastly, Ratana Gosin period. The survived architecture from Ayutthaya has passed through this period and located in details, curvature and location of building in King Rama III period. Trade route has been used, so architecture is mostly influenced by China and some from Western architecture.
Theravada is the name of Thai empire which have significant influence to Thai stupa. This period, its connection of India enables stupa spread the style to Thai empire. Stupa in this period classified by shape, which is circular, rectangular, and octagonal. In addition, on the stupa part, the design mostly same as India or Khom Empire. However, nowadays this kind of stupa are collapsed or decay due to the time and period. Here is a timeline of how stupa influence in Theravada.
Srichornburi stupa has involvement from Hindu architecture. Next, they have the separate doctrine influence with Mahayana. The period are separate with Gupta, late Gupta, and Pala in order. It is the base bell shape stupa structure in the next period, for instance, Sukhothai and Khom Empire.
Lawo Kingdom or Lopburi. The kingdom of Lawo is now located on the left bank of Chao Phraya River in Chao Phraya Valley after the end of Thalavadi civilization. The kingdom aged from 7th century to 1388. It is also known as Model Lopburi, but the capital has shifted to Ayutthaya around 11th century. There are two types of Lawo stupa. The first one is rectangular base and the second one is octagonal base stupa. The characteristic of this style of stupa is the standing Buddha statue located in 4 different directions. Sukhothai period aged from 1238 to 1438. The first type of Jedi found in Sukhothai period is lotus bud-shaped Jedi. The lotus bud-shaped stupa is the Sukhothai particular style of Jedi. It is inspired and developed from the Khmer architecture. This can be seen as the form of Khmer tower and the upper section that is similar to pagan bell-shaped Jedi. The second type of Jedi in Sukhothai periods is bell-shaped pagoda or Lankan style. Bell-shaped stupa in Sukhothai period directly influenced by Sri Lankan. However, Thai architect transformed the shape and style to add more details. In addition, the redesign is based on the Buddhist doctrine Mahayana. The third type of stupa found in Sukhothai period is Prang Jedi. The typical Prang Jedi is influenced by both Indian architecture and Khom architecture. However, the structure is slightly different as the structure is narrower and higher. This is the timeline of stupa built in Sukhothai from 1238 to 1368 AD.
In an initial Ayutthaya period, Paprang style still influenced in Ayutthaya stupa design. Paprang style have a lot of layers for the basement, and from the upper levels, there are facades that people believe that angels and will live inside the facade, and the higher levels of the layers that people demonstrate it will be a paradise of an angel. Langa stupa style is very popular in the Middle Age of Ayutthaya, and this style was replacing the old style, which is Khmer style of Langa. Stupa have a bell-shaped upper from the foundation and high cone tip. And for the last one from Ayutthaya is a Yomung stupa. The Khmer style of structure returning influence in Thai style again, but in this time they added more details in angles, which called Yaw Mum, is a pure Thai architecture.
And this is the Ayutthaya timeline. You can see that Thai architecture are more used in this period.
All of the architecture of stupa in Thonburi period are transferred from Ayutthaya, and some of them are a little bit changed through time because in that time people are not care much about the architecture in temple or what.
Ratanakosin is the latest period of Thailand. Stupa in this period is development of stupa from previous period. Yomum 12 is the stupa design which influenced from Ayutthaya period. This kind of stupa is pure Thai architecture. Next, Songkrung stupa is a mix of many kinds of stupa. Songkrung means full of stuff or everything in Thai meaning. Lastly, the bell-shaped stupa. It's a common kind of stupa which influenced from ancient empire. However, the design is more decorated, have some surrounding ornaments. Next, here is a timeline of Ratanakosin period. You can see that there are many influences from Thai old empire to this kind of stupa. And now it's present. In conclusion, Thai stupa was influenced by many countries and Thai architecture. Starting with Thai was excluded from Com Empire. Many architectural styles still influenced. Moreover, Thai architecture also seen in Thai stupa because of religious originality. More period in the middle part, Thai have intelligence to identity to create their own architecture to use that style in stupa. And lastly, the technology and trade route, or Chinese or ancient country, also influenced Thai architecture. To sum up the previous information, Thai stupa is mostly influenced by India, Sri Lanka, Khmer, Khmer, China, and Burma. Now, this is the group members: Chayanis Malichai, Thanyatorn Sae-lao, and Pattachat Srichornburi. Thank you for listening.